Hello friends, welcome to the ASP.NET Core tutorial series. In this tutorial, we will see ASP.NET Core project files. In the previous tutorial, we have seen about the MVC architecture and the folder structure of the ASP.NET Core. So before proceeding with this tutorial, I recommend you please watch part 4 of this tutorial to understand better about this one. So in this tutorial, we will see how the ASP.NET Core project files looks like and how it works. So let's understand this ASP.NET Core project file. So basically ASP.NET Core project file extension depend on the programming language which we select, like CS Proj or VB project. In the sense, like when we create any project into the ASP.NET Core, the extension of that project depend on the which programming language which we are going to select. Like if we select the C#, then the extension for that project will be .cs project, and if we are going to select as a VB.NET project, then if we select a programming language as a VB.NET, then the project file extension will be .vb project. In similar to that, it goes for the Razor View. Means if we select the C# programming language, then Razor View extension will be .cs HTML, and if we are selecting programming language as a .vb.NET, then the extension for the Razor View will be the .vb HTML. Let's understand. So in the previous tutorial, what we have done, we created a two project. One is the basic, where we didn't selected the MVC architecture, and another, like we created the project which we created with the MVC architecture, like controller, model and view. So in the previous tutorial, what we have done, we created another controller here. And basically, like when we created a controller and when we are trying to create the view for this controller, then we were getting an error related to the NuGet package manager. And why we were getting that problem? Because my laptop was not connected to the internet and it was not able to install the NuGet package manager. So basically in the ASP.NET Core application, everything which we need to install from the NuGet package manager. But in the previous language, like into the ASP.NET application, there everything is available into this references folder. But in ASP.NET Core application, everything we need to install as our needed. So for the creating the Razor View, we need to install the called package, that is Microsoft Visual Studio .web.code generation design. And now if I will right click on this and click on add view, and if I will select any the view, and if I will click on this one, so like currently it is saying like a file with the name is already exists. Do you want to replace it? I will say yes. So once I will click on this one, so under this view we will see it will create a one Razor View with the extension of the CS HTML, because we have selected this project with the C# programming language. So once after it will done, we will see under this view folder, it will create a one folder called test, and inside the test folder it will create a one view that the view name will be the index.cshtml. So for creating a view into the ASP.NET Core, we need a package called Microsoft Visual Studio .web.code generation. So once I will expand this one, we can see there is a one folder called test, and this name is basically coming from the controller name. Whatever the controller name we are having, it is coming to that. And when I expand to this one, we can see the index.cshtml. And when I right click on this one and go to view, we can see like it is showing like it is taking us to that particular folder. Now let's I was saying, like when we create any project with the respective programming language, the extension of the project will be CS Pros or like VB Pro. So once I will right click from here, you can go like open containing folder, or you can right click here, and once I right click from here, we can open folder into the file explorer. So once I go to that file explorer, and we can see from here like the project extension is the CS Pros. And why it is CS Pros? Because we selected this project into the C# language. If we selected this project with the VB.NET, then extension of this project will be the .vb Pros. So that is the one difference. And another is like CS HTML. Like as I explained here, if we select the programming language with the VB.NET, or if we select the C#, then it comes as a CSHTML, and similar to that the view name we are looking here. And the next project file is like, no need to unload the project file to make changes into the project file. And the meaning of this, like in the ASP.NET application, whenever we need to make any changes into the project file, then what we need to do, we have to unload that project, then we can make any changes. But in ASP.NET Core, without unloading that project, we can make the changes. Let's understand like how we can do that one. So like if you will right click on this one, and if we want to edit this project file directly, we can come here and we can add this project file from here. And like if we want to make any changes to this one, we can make any changes here. So basically, like in the ASP.NET Core, if we make any changes, like if we are going to add any reference, then all the reference comes under this package folder, and from this package folder it add one field called item group, and on this item group the particular package reference is added into this project file. Suppose if I need anything else, like let's take an example, like here I can't add the view because that package is not here, but in this project we have added the like that package called this code generation.design. So if I will go and edit this, we can see that particular package here is added here. So whatever the package we needed, we can install those packages from the NuGet package manager, and similar all the package will be added here. So that is the another project file changes into this ASP.NET Core application. And the next is like file or folder reference are no longer included into this project file. And the meaning of is that, like in the ASP.NET application, like ASP.NET application, whenever we are going to add any file, like any class or something here, all the references is adding to this project file. But inside this like ASP.NET Core application, if I'm going to add anything into this file, it is not taking any reference into this project file. So that is the another changes. And another thing, like suppose if I will go to this project here, like open containing folder, and let's minimize this one, and here like let's all the file it is showing here. Like now let's see the changes here and here. Like if I will take any new file, like let's take text document. So once if I will select the text document, we can see the reference or the changes we are showing looking into this project here. And if I will make any changes like change file, so once like here if I will make any changes and hit enter, we can see the changes reflecting into this project. And if I will delete anything from here, like let's delete from here, so it is deleting from here. So that is the, like every changes is like accommodated with the project file. Like anything is not added into this reference file, so it give later any error like it used to give into the ASP.NET application. So that is the another advantage with ASP.NET application. And another difference, like the difference which we have seen, like file or folder references are no longer included in project file. And the next thing is like in this ASP.NET Core application, if we add any reference to the project file, so like suppose if we have added the reference called Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.razor.design, so it added that package reference inside this item group, and here like these specify the target framework for the application. So basically like this target framework, like when we created this application, that time we selected that SDK, the this .NET Core application as a 3.1. So the target framework it is showing as a 3.1 here. So to specify a target framework, we use target framework moniker, and it is called as a TFM. Like if we create any ASP.NET Core application with the specific framework, like target framework, then it is called as a moniker and inside this ASP.NET Core, and in the short it is called as a TFM, means Target Framework Moniker, and it contain, like basically it contain the versions. Like suppose in the ASP.NET we call it as a .NET framework, but in the core we call it as a net only, and in the TFM it is called as a framework wise, in the sense net 451 and 472. And in similar to that, like in ASP.NET we call it as a .NET Core, and in the ASP.NET Core what we call is as a net core app, and like in the target framework moniker we define it as a version number. So this target framework is basically specific to the version number, like what version number we are using. So basically ASP.NET Core is specified to the particular version number, like which version number things which we are using. So as per this ASP.NET Core project file, these all are the things, and this is basically more depend on the programming language. Things change, like basically extension change as per the programming language which we are using, and this ASP.NET Core is much flexible than the ASP.NET. So that's it for this tutorial. If you have any question and doubt, please comment. Thank you.